How's it going, guys? I hope you are doing swell. I'm doing swell myself, thank you. I have a nice little Fresca drink here. It's perfect fall weather outside, the crispy leaves rolling on the concrete. I don't know, it takes me back to when I was a kid. We're gonna take a look at some dev jobs, and I'm gonna try to be level-headed about it because I recognize that sometimes a job is a job and you just have to get your foot in the door and get that stamp on the resume just to get that professional mark. You got paid to do something. That's all that professional means. You got paid to do something. Doesn't mean you have to be the best. It just means you got paid to do it. So technically you're a professional. And so I have some decent dev jobs to look at, and then I have some ridiculous dev jobs. I kind of want to break these dev jobs down for you and explain what these companies are actually asking. By the way, I have one course. It's free. I just launched it on Grindrill Academy, grindrill.academy. That's the little course website that I have. It's for Chrome Dev Tools, so like a crash course through Chrome Dev Tools so that you can help debug. And I know there's a lot of front-end people here. All right, let's look at these jobs. Let's kick the video off with this job from Porch Software in Sandy, Utah, full stack developer. This is a decent job. The pay is very decent, $70,000 to $90,000. Qualifications, experience in JavaScript, able to produce content that matches the provided design. Okay, regular stuff here. Experience, software development, 2 years required. This pay for 2 years, $70,000 to $90,000 is decent. They also give you a really good description of what you're going to be doing. They're not looking for the unicorn that's doing 15 different things. It's just decent dev job. This seems reasonable. This is something I would apply to. This job isn't particularly development related. It's a user experience developer. It's UX. I just want you to look at something here and just think about this. User experience developer for the University of Utah. $55,000 a year. And I was like, okay, well, if they're going to pay me $55K a year and they're going to require me to have a degree with 4 years experience, let me see how much that would cost me. So it's $8,518 a semester to go to the University of Utah in state. In state, that's like half a year. Out of state is $30,000, which I don't know why anyone would ever even consider that. $55,000 a year is what the salary is offering, and it will cost you $68,144 to get a bachelor's degree from this school. $68,000 to get the degree to make a salary of $55,000. You're supposed to go to college so that you're better off. That's absolutely nuts. So here's a company that I found. It's $45,000 to $85,000 a year. But if you come down here, it says experience required 3 years with Magento, WooCommerce, BigCommerce. So what companies do is they take these salary ranges and they make them so vague that this probably isn't even what they're going to pay you. 3 years with this and you're getting paid 45? I highly doubt that. So what I did was I went to glassdoor.com to look at the reviews, and this is what I found. This is a junior software developer interview, no offer, positive experience, laid back meeting with the owner in a one-on-one meeting, then a follow-up with the team interviews. The fact that you have a laid back meeting with the owner first probably means you're gonna get like micromanaged. Normally in job interviews, you go and meet the dev team, or actually you meet HR, and then HR approves you, and then you meet the dev team. Then after that, you go meet the CEO and the CTO and all those people. It's never like, the fact that the owner's like, no, let me sit down and talk to him first, means that they don't really kind of like trust the dev team that he already has to do the hiring. They also included job is on site. Please don't apply if you're looking for a remote position. For any developer job, no matter if it's your first developer job or your 10th developer job, you should always have the option to work remote. If they don't want to let you work remote without a good reason, unless you got to be hands-on doing something, there's really no reason that you should not have the option to work remote. And my opinion is if they don't want to let you work remote, they don't trust you. And you can kind of get the gist of that by you having to go to him first in the interview instead of the dev team seconds down. Our developers work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. This is not remote. Again, please don't apply if you're looking for a remote. This job is on site. Someone's going to be over your shoulder here, pretty much. All right, let's move on to the next one. So occasionally you'll find some job postings that are pretty vague and pretty short. This is an example of one of those job postings where you're like, wait, what? I don't really know much about this. Do they pay well? This is kind of vague. Should I apply? I don't really know. So I went to Glassdoor and I found a senior web developer, and 54 to 59K for senior web developer. Once I found this, I basically disregarded this because they're probably going to offer you 30K for this job here. Do your research. check on Glassdoor for things like this, and then just ignore these crap companies, because this is really bad. This is really, really bad. All right, here is one I found that seemed okay at first, and then as I started diving deeper into this position and into this company, I started finding a lot of red flags. Only real positive thing I could find in this description, to me, was optional remote work Tuesdays and Thursdays. But then I noticed something down here at the bottom. Being part of the Mindfire family is a benefit. Being able to go to work is a benefit. Being able to be part of the company family. And so company family is a big red flag to me. Anytime's like, welcome to the family. No, that you're my coworkers, you pay me, I make you profit, you pay me a percentage of that profit, I make you. That's it. Like, don't call me your family member. This is a business agreement. And so they're trying to kind of muddle that. Free lunch Friday. Every Friday we do a team activity. So prepare for probably a lot of cringe. And again, if you don't want to do this, you're not going to be a team player. And then, you know, if you just want to do your work and go home because it's Friday, nope, too bad. You got to do a team activity every Friday. And that to me sounds terrible. Maybe like, you know, once a month, once every other month, but every single week we're doing a team activity. Hard pass. I don't care about free lunch. Just let me go home, man. It's Friday. And I want you to look at something. Estimating, can-do attitude. And if we go look this up on Glassdoor and we look at the reviews, basically what this review says that we missed every single deadline that we ever had. This company's owned by two people. And when one person is doing something, the other person doesn't know what that person is doing. And so you end up with a bunch of people double checking on you all the time when you should only have to answer once, but because it's mismanaged, there's always a vocal minority with these kind of reviews. But once I read this, and then I read this, estimating and can-do attitude, that was a kind of indicator to me that you'll probably be working a lot of overtime because these people can't manage their projects and their time. You can read the rest of these here on Glassdoor if you want, but the pattern that I was finding was that basically the compensation is not very good and the pay isn't as good, but the people make it worth it. Like, I mean, I can understand that to an extent, but that's what I noticed with this company. Here is another job, front-end developer for a bike company here in Utah. And I just want to kind of skip through this and scroll to the bottom. And we can offer you great benefits that include 100% paid health, dental, vision insurance, 401k, monthly employee events, and discounts on bikes. We can offer you a relaxed working environment, local single track, and the opportunity to work with a group of bike enthusiasts in a great place to live. Like, well, you already live here. So like, in a great place to live, you already live here, this isn't a perk. They're just really honest, basically. But what we really want is what you have to offer us. We want to attract job seekers that are looking for a brand that they can be an integral part of and not just a company to work for. Look, man, I'm sorry, but most companies are just companies to work for. But they're kind of looking for someone that's so hyped about Santa Cruz bicycles that if they ask you to work 160 hours a week, you're gonna do it, no questions asked, because you're just obsessed with the brand. They're just kind of exploiting the passion factor. And so when I read this here, that's kind of what this is indicating to me, that they're looking for someone so blinded by passion about a brand name that you're going to do whatever they ask. It's the individual personalities and the raw enthusiasm for the brand that makes this place special. So basically everyone's just brainwashed by brand. That was kind of a red flag, just something to look out for when you see something like that. I mean, they try to make this seem nice, but benefits, okay, whatever, 401k, okay, whatever. Yeah, well, I mean, I just need a job, man. A lot of us just need jobs. So here's one that I found. The first thing I want you to notice, the only real pro that I could find, but it's kind of neutralized, is the remote work. So look at this right here. Bonus skills, UI, UX, marketing, sales, project management. It just quickly turns into a job where they want you to just basically be everything. Why hire a front-end developer when you can hire someone that wants to do everything? And so, but look at us, we work remote, so it's okay. 4+ years of web development experience, QA testing, Photoshop, basic project management, .NET Nuke, marketing, sales, UI, UX design. 4 years experience of web dev. All this extra stuff for $45 to $60 a year. They're just trying to sell you on the remote. This is a joke for this much stuff. Like, I got a $65,000 a year job with like 2 years experience, and it was remote. That's not even in this range, and they want double that experience plus all this other stuff that I didn't even have. Terrible job, and this is a terrible company. Let's compare that previous job to another decent job that I found. So they want 3 years experience, PHP frameworks. If we read the description, you can see that none of this is like, oh, by the way, we need you to do sales. Oh, by the way, we need you to do marketing. Oh, by the way, you need to do copywriting. Oh, by the way, you need to do X, Y, Z. The description is what it should be for a decent job. And so when I went to Google it, I was like, okay, well, this seems reasonable, but are they paying okay? And then as I looked it up, Daxco software engineer salaries for 3 years, average 91,000. Not bad at all. Not bad at all for 3 years. Now, these are usually inflated, but still, 3 years experience, you'd probably be in the $85,000 range, $80,000 range at least. Seems reasonable to me. Final job that I found was this junior software engineer position at Allencom. Not a whole lot. This is a job description that says a lot without saying a lot. So I was like, okay, well, how do I find out more about this company? And then I found out, you guys didn't think I would just leave you without some corporate cringe. As soon as I looked this up on Glassdoor, it was just a big nope. Here's a company update, fun and work. Does this picture look like fun and work to you? Yeah, I'm gonna have to hard pass on that. We can look here, and it links to a YouTube video. You can see a time lapse of what the office looks like. Does this look like fun and work to you? This looks terrible. There's always people walking by, looking over your shoulder, looking at your screens. So I come over here to the photos. You can see, look at this great team building exercise where everyone is not paying attention. Oh, look, exactly. This is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to team building exercise for the developers. And we all know these guys are developers because they're developers. And then look, you can see we have the spaghetti noodles, and then we have the little marshmallows, and whoever can build the highest tower with spaghetti noodles and marshmallows gets probably, I don't know, another serving of food. And then we can see the HR ladies in the back who think that they're just absolutely genius for coming up with this team building plan. Grown adults using spaghetti noodles and marshmallows for team building activities. This is how I planned my life when I grew up. I was going to be building spaghetti and marshmallow towers. Perfect. But yeah, do some research when you're looking at these jobs. I tried to make this video a bit more varied, not so much cringe, but some decent jobs, and actually provide some value to you to how to look up these companies and what some of these phrases actually mean. It's not so just black and white. You have to look a little bit further into it and, got to do the research. So I hope this video helped you guys out. And don't forget to check out the little Chrome Dev Tools course. It's grindrel.academy. It's free to enroll. It's a little video course. And I hope you guys have a great Saturday, and I'll see you in the next one.